Hello? Oh, sister, why are they saying you can't do your makeup? Come, sit down. None of that over here. Let me show you how to do it. Hey. I see you reaching for your makeup products. Hold on. You can't give them to them dry like that. You gotta get that shit wet first. You gotta prep them for shit like that. Hold on. The key to a long-lasting, flawless makeup routine starts before a lick of makeup even touches the face. It starts with the prep. So the skincare products that I'm going to be using today are the Ordinary Glycolic Acid, the Anua Rice 70 plus Rice Ceramide Toner, and the Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream. If you guys see me looking down, I'm looking at my mirror. It's down here. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I don't always use primer if I'm being honest, but I do like to use primer on days where it's a bit hotter and on days where I need my makeup to last a bit longer. Ooh, she is dripping. And I especially focus it in the areas where I get oily. So even though my skin is dry, my T-zone, like my forehead and around my nose, gets especially oily. Oh, and my upper lip. This video is also going to be a Q&A. So we have a mix of makeup questions and we have a mix of personal questions. We are actually about to start our first step of our makeup routine, which also correlates with our first question. First part is favorite brands and what's your eyebrow routine. My favorite brands, I really like Adidas, really like early 2000s brands, Baby Fat, True Religion, Von Dutch, Ed Hardy. In terms of like actual designer clothing brands, I really like Miu Miu. I do like Louis Vuitton. Ooh, I love Roberto Cavalli. I like their jeans. I like D Squared. They make really good heels, really cool shoes. Yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head that I can think of right now. But let's get into my eyebrow routine. I actually have very naturally thick eyebrows, but I thin them out quite often. I actually just did them a bit yesterday, but I can always reshape my brows up a little bit because they grow back at the speed of light. So I just take a little eyebrow razor. Honestly, I'm pretty fast with it now because I've been doing my own eyebrows for a couple years now, period. But now that our brows are a bit more cleaned up, I love the NYX eyebrow glue, but if you can't tell, the bottle is empty. So what I've been doing is I just like to take the spoolie and I'll just dip it into whatever edge control I'm using, which is right now the Argan Oil Cream of Nature. I just scoop a little bit up from the sides and I pretty much just brush them down, and I like my eyebrows to be brushed down pretty flat. I don't fill in my eyebrows most of the time unless I got a little bit too excited and a little bit too fast with that eyebrow razor and then I messed up my brows, which in that case I like to go in with the NYX, I forgot what exactly the name of the eyebrow pencil is, but it's like a felt tip, like liquid eyebrow pencil. I'll put it up on the screen. I really like that one. Next question, how is college going for me? Well, you guys, I am about to be a junior in college, which is just so crazy. For a little context, my major is cinema and screen studies, so I study film, and then my minors are business and photography. College for me, it's been going really well. Actually, this past year, my sophomore year, was my best year so far. I really liked it in comparison to my freshman year. I really can't complain. I joined an organization, I started my YouTube channel. I just was overall happier, and oh, I also started getting paid to do photography on my campus, which was really nice. College is going pretty well, I'd say. For foundation today, we're gonna be mixing. I'm gonna be using this Morphe Lightform foundation in the shade Tan 16N, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade 3.5 medium. I like to mix these on the back of my hand. I really like this e.l.f. Liquid Halo Glow. It just gives me a really nice dewy look. Even though my makeup is going to be pretty mattified by the end of this, I just like it because it looks really good and it's lightweight. Same thing for this Morphe foundation. It is also very lightweight. What I do is I just blend it in on the back of my hand and I use a beauty blender, and I just go in on my face. I try to avoid under my eyes, but I just go all over my face, picking up as I go. I love these two foundations together because they really just melt into your skin and it doesn't get cakey either. I personally look for more hydrating products, and that's how I find that my base just lasts a lot longer and it looks a lot better. Now, our next step is underpainting. So I go in with this liquid contour and liquid blush palette that I got off of Amazon. I don't know the exact brand name. It says Carla's Secret Concealer and Blush on here. I don't know if that's the actual name for it on Amazon, but I'm gonna put it on the screen so you guys can see. These are the 3 blushes that I like to use. And I put them on the apples of my cheeks, and I always lift my blush up, and I also like to put it under my eye actually, so that you can have that sort of bright pink under eye. How is life after high school? Y'all, life is worth living after high school. One thing about it, I did not peak in high school. I would say that I had a pretty nice high school experience to some degree, but I wouldn't say that it was the funnest part of my life, and I was pretty excited to leave, I can't lie. I would say that life after high school is very good. What are the best brands to achieve a lasting makeup look in the summertime versus the winter? In the summertime, I would say aim for things that are lightweight, especially if you have oily skin. Look for things that are lightweight. And for winter, I would say try to find products that are hydrating. I think it's very dependent on your skin type, so I would say look into products for your skin type in particular. Brands that I recommend, I don't know a lot of brands if I'm being honest. I kind of just stick to what I stick to. I do want to experiment with more makeup. It's just that I've kind of perfected a routine a little bit, and it's pretty inexpensive. Actually, all of this that I'm using today, except for maybe like one product, which was the Morphe foundation, I think everything else here is drugstore. So I try to look for affordable brands. I recommend e.l.f. I really do like Revlon. I like Milani. Those are great drugstore brands. CoverGirl as well. Those are the like reliable drugstore heavy hitters, and I think that they have products that work for both winter and summer. How long did it take for you to perfect your everyday makeup routine? I actually have not been doing makeup for that long. Let me actually find. The first time I ever did my makeup was November 4th, 2024. We haven't even hit November in 2026 yet. So it's been about like a year and a half, a year and some change. So I would say that's how long it took me to perfect my makeup routine. I remember I literally bought my first concealer Hoola weekend of freshman year. And yeah, I've kind of just been doing my makeup ever since. And now I'm going into my junior year, and I would say that I've improved. After blush, I like to go in with my contour brush, and I go into the darkest shade on the palette. Another makeup tip, always blend upward. I love a good snatched face, so I always try my best to blend upward. Also, don't be stingy with your blush and your contour. I feel like those are the things that really give your face like oomph and dimension. So don't be afraid of contour and blush. I think my makeup actually got significantly better once I became more comfortable with using contour. I used to be really scared of it, and my makeup used to be very flat, very one-dimensional. Like it was just missing something, and I didn't know what that was until I actually started properly bronzing and contouring my face. So I just take this really small brush. I like to go in on the sides of my nose, and then I go right here under. What advice would you give to people starting college? I would say focus. Always remember that you are first and foremost there for your education, and everything else comes second. Prioritize your mental health, prioritize your relationship with God, prioritize your relationship with your family and friends as well, Make sure that you have a balance, but always remember that you are there for your education and that you are paying and it is not free. So do not waste these people's time. Do not waste your time and stay focused. Worst fashion trend. I would say the fanny pack epidemic. I remember when I was in middle school personally, this was around, when was I in middle school? Like 2018, 2017. Oh my gosh, the fanny pack epidemic was something so sinister, so lethal. The grasp that the fanny pack had on, like, I think it was really just like a New York City thing, honestly. I don't know, I'm sure fanny packs were popular in other places, but if you were in New York City 2017, 2018, you could not escape the fanny pack. So I use two concealers. I use one that is lighter and one that is closer to my skin tone. Both of these are e.l.f. Hydrating Camo concealers. First, we're gonna go in with my concealer in the shade Medium Peach. And I just like to go on my inner corner mostly with that. Since we're doing a soft glam, I'm applying a bit more concealer because I want a more full coverage look. We are using the shade Tan Sand. And this is the shade that's closer to my skin tone. I like to place my concealer here. And I place it going upward. And it just creates this very nice, like, lifted effect. And now I look a mess. This is my concealer placement. Now for a very important step, and to answer another question, what's your tips for a perfect base? Setting spray. If you've ever been in a room with me where I've done my makeup, you have probably heard me crashing out, screaming, crying, throwing up, trying to find my damn setting spray, because there is no makeup that gets done without setting spray. I'm going in with the Milani Make It Last Original 24-Hour Setting Spray. This is just going to help everything blend in easier, and then this is also just going to help melt in what we already have on our faces. I go in with a smaller beauty blender and I blend out. But while we're about to blend, let's see what other questions we have. Any core memory you have growing up? I remember a core memory of mine is when I was really young, my first dream job was to be the first female president of the United States. That was a core memory. I really wanted to do that. Dream place to travel and why? My dream place to travel would be the Philippines. I'm half Filipino, so I would really love to see what it's like over there and be more immersed with my Filipino side. What are my top 3 icks / pet peeves? One would be mean people. If you just like constantly talk shit and judge other people for fun, oh, you are not my type of little shit. Second pet peeve, no humor. I hate a no humor bit. Like, please act like there's some joy in your life. Like, laugh a little, giggle a little, like people with a bad sense of humor. I don't like that. My third ick would be you support Trump. That's an ick. Now we are blending my under eye concealer out. I usually wait to blend this out last, but as you can see, I'm just taking it and I'm blending it all the way up to about like my hairline. And then I also take my concealer and I blend it on the sides of my nose. I don't go on the bridge of my nose where I put my contour at, but I go right on the sides and I push my concealer in. I also go behind my nose. I make sure to get in between that area because it can crease a lot and it can just look splotchy if you don't blend it in all the way. And I try to keep a pretty light hand because I want it to be full coverage, so I don't want to be like picking up too much product. But as I'm blending my under eye concealer out, I'm making sure it connects with the concealer around my mouth. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side now. Okay, next question. What is your favorite makeup look that you've ever done? I would say my favorite makeup look I ever did was, my Halloween makeup looks were too tea, guys. I really liked my Kill Bill makeup look that I did for Halloween. I just liked having the blood on my face. I just thought it looked really cool. Even though it was just like a regular soft glam, I actually didn't even wear foundation, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was just a concealer only look, but I really like that. I'm a big fan of like costume makeup. I also really like the makeup that I did when I was Regina George for Halloween. That like soft pinky eyeshadow. Oh wait, no, my birthday makeup was really tea. I really liked it. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Y'all, this is like such a daunting question. In 10 years, I'll be 29. So I'm hoping that I'm thriving in my career. I hope that I'm modeling. I hope that I'm acting. I hope that I've directed 2 films at least. And I hope that I've written some films. In 10 years, I can still probably see myself on YouTube. Do you have advice for finding your own style and gaining confidence? I love this question. Oh my gosh. For finding your own style, first, don't put yourself in a box. Don't put yourself in any hard categories. I think with finding your own style, the key is experimentation. So don't label yourself into any one particular aesthetic too quickly. Fashion is so broad, and the great thing about finding your own style is that you can literally go any direction and you can probably pull off literally anything. Like, I know that I said that I hate fanny packs, but I'm sure somebody who could probably put that shit on and make it super tough. Try everything. Like, fuck it, just do it all. And then when you find the things that you feel the most comfortable and the most confident in, stick to those things, but don't be afraid to change it up. Honestly, what I'm trying to say is be open-minded. You'll find your style. Gaining confidence. Ooh, you've come to the right girl. Believe me, as comfortable as I might seem in front of a camera, depending on the day, I don't know. I hear that I seem pretty comfortable in front of you guys. I don't know. You let me know. Kind of nervous. I feel like I exude confidence now, but I was not always this girl. I actually used to be very insecure, a lot more shy. So let me tell you my, in essence, sort of 3-step recipe gaining confidence. 1, get to know yourself. If you don't know who you are, how will you ever be confident in the person that you are? Get to know yourself. You know, what are the things that you like? How do you think when no one's around? What do you do when no one's around? Just get down to basics. The next step is to accept yourself. The things that maybe aren't so great, the things that are beautiful, the things that you might think are weird, the things that you think are cringe, whatever it is. Look at yourself as this very multifaceted and layered person, and just accept all of those layers and all of those different aspects of yourself. Just have some radical acceptance for yourself. And that brings me to my 3rd step, which is loving yourself. How can you love someone that you don't know and accept? I think that it's easy to say, oh, love yourself, that's how you gain confidence. And yes, I am telling you the cliche answer, but I think venturing into those first 2 steps will help you to actually love yourself. Because once you know and accept who you are, you can genuinely love who you are, inside and out. Once you love yourself, honestly, confidence just kind of comes from there. If you love yourself, you're going to treat yourself like someone you love. So you're not going to speak to yourself negatively. You're not going to be like, oh my god, I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, I'm bad at this, I'm scared of that, I can't do this. None of that shit. Shut it down. Always believe in yourself and always love yourself. You start talking to yourself positively and it just becomes second nature. It's literally just going to be who you are, and you're just going to embody the person that you've always wanted to be. What brushes do I use? Oh yeah, all of my brushes are Raffaello. Just a random brand off Amazon that I found not too long ago. It's been a year and a half now that I've had these brushes, and I love them. They've still been working out for me, going strong. So again, if you've ever been with me in a room, you will hear me raving about pressed powder and how I am nothing without powder. That's like one of my favorite things to say, but not that kind of powder. Don't play with me. The makeup kind. We're going to go in with 2 powders today. We're going in with a pressed powder and a loose baking powder. I'm going to go in with this powder puff, and I'm going to just dab it in. I'm pretty generous with the pressed powder. It's up to you how much you want to use, but I personally say that if you want your base looking nice and lasting for a minute, don't be shy with the pressed powder. Now, before we set anything, I have been yapping and talking and blinking. We have to blend out any creases before we set anything. I'm trying to find my concealer brush, actually. Where have you been all my life? So I'm gonna take this little concealer brush and I'm gonna give myself the Deathly Kubrick stare, and I'm gonna look crazy for a minute, but trust me, this works. I'm just gonna go under and lightly tap out all of those creases. And this is extremely important because if you don't blend out your creases, it's just gonna be set like that. Mommy feels the powder puff. I feel it. Is that it? Oh yeah. Whatever daddy wants, daddy gets. I'm going to just press right under my eye. Press. Everywhere where I put concealer, I'm gonna put this powder. Time for a new question. What is your favorite and least favorite part about college? My favorite part of college, wait. All right, listen, I'm not a bird, but I do love a good function. Ooh, I love a good function. It's not my favorite part of college. It is one of my favorites though. My favorite part of college is honestly, I think all the new people that I met. I met so many great and cool people at college. At the same time, my least favorite part of college can also simultaneously be the people that I've met. I've met some pretty interesting characters, and in the negative way. When you go to college, if you haven't gone to college yet, you will learn that everyone was not raised the way that you were. And not everyone has the same heart as you, not everyone has the same conscience as you, not everyone has the same morals as you. And you will just learn how to navigate that throughout your years at school. Some honorable mentions: loving the dining hall, loving the functions, loving the classes actually. I do love learning a new thing, a new skill. Some of my favorite classes so far: film genre, marketing. Those were probably my two favorites this year. Next question, marry me. Stop. And I love your photography perception of the world. What made you interested? Thank you. If you guys do not know, your girl do be taking pictures. Hey guys, it's Editing Gia, and I realized that I never actually answered the question. So basically, I first started photography in January of 2025, and I thought it would have just been a good side hustle for me and a cool skill to learn. So I basically I got my first camera January 2025. I've been using that same camera ever since, and I've done a lot of free photo shoots. I just started getting paid to do photography this year, which is really nice. And yeah, that's how I got started. You can follow me on Instagram at girl behind the camera. See what I did there? Because I take pictures. Let's pause for a moment and actually set my smile lines. Once I set my face like that, I then like to smile. And I'll set my face in the same way. I like to put a little extra pressed powder on my upper lip, forehead, and T-zone because that is where I get the most oily. I'm going in with the Airspun Loose Face Powder. Hello, I like poop. Who is your idol? Probably Zendaya. What is my dream date? We go get matchas, oh my gosh, and then we go shopping. Oh my gosh, and I get to take as long as I want doing my makeup and picking out an outfit. And then we go shopping, and then we go to the beach, and we just have like a romantic, warm, like beachside dinner. I think that would be lovely. I think that's like the dream. Okay, I flipped over my powder puff, and now we're gonna use the other side. So I'm gonna kind of place it in the same places where I put my pressed powder. I like to push my baking powder to the side of my nose. This is also gonna just help me with nose contour, and it just helps it look really, really good. And I just like to grab it through the lid because it helps to smooth it out so that way it doesn't go on my skin clumpy. As you can see, very minimal clumps. So after I put my baking powder underneath my eye, I like to let it sit for not too long, but I like to let it sit the longest out of anything else that gets loose powder on my face. So next, I like to bake right here. It just helps to add more dimension to the face as well. This is probably one of the spots that I blend off the fastest though. Here, I kind of just place it everywhere that I put concealer, but I try to keep it lighter in the areas that are not my under eye because I don't want to look pasty. And I know we probably look a little pasty right now, but trust the process. We are going to bring the color back. So I actually like to use my contour brush to wipe off the baking powder because it helps to bring a little bit of the color back even though I'm basically brushing it off. And I just cannot find my actual brush that I use to blend off my baking powder, so I've been opting for my contour brush instead. We're gonna do a little something extra to my nose. This is like a little nose contour tip that I have, I guess. I like to place some baking powder straight down on the bridge. And then I also like to put it right there on the tip of my nose. And that'll just highlight that area and it'll help make my nose look a lot more contoured. My camera is about to die, so I'm going to let the bake sit and we'll come back. Brief intermission. I got all the powder off my face. What do I want to do after college? Aside from also doing YouTube, I want to be a director. I want to write and direct my own films. I want to act, model. I want to be really successful at YouTube too, and I hope that I can be a comfort YouTuber for you guys. I love YouTube down, so I hope that I make entertaining videos for you guys and I make y'all laugh. Yeah, that's what I want to do after college. I just want to be doing what I love to do and hopefully traveling because I haven't really been to many places. Who is my favorite artist? Tyler the Creator. Hands down, I love me some Tyler. Now it's time for bronzer and blush. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I don't know if they come in specific shades, but if they do, this is Sunset Bronzer. But I just go in. Also, this smells super good. It smells like coconut. And I put it on the same spots where I put my cream contour. I'm also very, very generous with my bronzer because I do not like looking super pasty, and a lot of the times when I'm doing my makeup I can come out looking a bit pasty from all the powders and stuff, so I try to be pretty generous with the amount of bronzer I use because I want to put that color and dimension back into my face. How would I describe myself? I would describe myself as a creative, funny, open-minded, non-judgmental, cool, chill guy. Well, maybe not chill. I'm actually not nonchalant at all, and sometimes I'm a little awkward. I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of shy as well, but I try my best to be outgoing and I try to get myself out of my comfort zone. And I'm very determined, hardworking. Hello, I like poop. Danny, I'm gonna get you. For nose contour, I like to use the same bronzer that I just used around my face, but I also like to use this Benefit Hoola bronzer. If you're not the best at eyeshadow, which I actually am not, we're probably gonna have to learn how to do our eyeshadow together. But this is a good way to just give your makeup a little extra oomph without, you know, having to do too much. I just like to take my bronzers and I bring it up to my lid. Try to follow that same like upward dragging motion so I can give a bit of a wing. I love a good snatched face. So in all my products, I try to blend them upward. This is the Milani blush in the shade 01 Dolce Pink. I have been using her down and she has not failed me. She's so good. I always get questions on what blush I use, and this is her. Oh, that was actually another question, what blush I use and how do I apply it. Milani 01 Dolce Pink. I am pretty blush crazy, I can't lie, but I'm a pinky girl. I start with the apples of my cheeks, like my highest point, my cheekbone, and I blend it upward, but I don't go too high. I try not to go past the line where we put our concealer at, because I want that really precise line still. And then I also bring it underneath my eye, because I love a good pinky under eye. And then I like to apply my blush to the tip of my nose and a bit of my chin. That is my blush placement. And then I like my blush pretty vibrant, so I like to pack her on a bit. Blush is usually the first thing on your face to kind of disappear, so be generous but not blind. I might have blush blindness, arguably. That actually pretty much brings us to our final steps, which is going to be our lip combo and some beauty marks. I'm going in with the Ruby Kisses Plumping Lip Liner in the shade, I believe this is just brown. It's just brown. If you guys are looking for a good affordable plumping lip liner, this is the one. She's affordable and she actually does burn. And I use lip plumpers pretty frequently. She's got a little kick. She does. I like to overline just slightly. That lip plumper is already starting to kick. But this liner applies very smooth. And it's nice and pigmented as well. And she blends out nicely. Once I have my lip liner on, then I go in with two NYX Butter Glosses in the shade Madeline. And then I go in with the shade Fortune Cookie. Could you tell she's been well loved? I like to use lipsticks as well. I like the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Bare It All, but I focus these two specifically in the centers of my lips. Madeline though is kind of like that transition shade between the brown and the very, very light brown. I like to also just go in with Fortune Cookie alone as well, but I find that this creates like a nice natural nude ombre, which I really like. I'm gonna go in with Fortune Cookie right in the center. Now, I actually want to do my bottom mascara, and then we'll go in with our final lip gloss. I like to go in with this freckle pen. I don't actually know how to pronounce the name, but here it is. I got this off Amazon. I just kind of place my freckles wherever. I try not to do too many, but I like them. I feel like they help soften the face a little bit. It's really cute. Just a few small ones. I'm going to go in with this Revlon ColorStay Easy Precision Liquid Liner. This has also been well loved, so you probably can't even see the label. This is the Ruby Kisses Jellylicious Lip Gloss, shade Irresistible Candy. She's actually super shimmery and glittery, which I adore. And she's nice and pink too. Honestly, you do not have to break the bank for a good makeup routine. And with this L'Oreal Infallible 36-hour setting spray. Yeah. Wait, actually setting mist, but this is more of a fixing spray. Let me tell you guys the difference between a setting and a fixing spray. A setting spray is going to melt all of your products together, and then your fixing spray is what's going to put a barrier over your makeup and protect it from humidity, maybe water, sweat, whatever it is. It depends on what your fixing spray is targeted to. But either way, the setting spray is what's going to help melt your makeup, and the fixing spray is what's going to make your makeup last. That is it, my loves. We have made it to the end. What do you guys think? Face card, face card, face card. Detecting, detecting, detecting. Is she valid? Look at that base. Real smooth, real flawless, real what? Real tasty, real good. Yes! And if you followed along, your makeup should look a little something like this as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I absolutely love filming this. I love getting to talk to you guys, and hopefully you guys know me a little bit better now. Let me know in the comments what videos you want to see next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!